What does this tool do?
What an entrance, folks.
Welcome, everyone. Jake is blowing a non-essential bubble
This bubble's essential.
because in just a moment, we're going to answer the question. But before we start, how about a round of, this is for Sharon Watch. If you're out there at home, I expect you're clapping right now.
I would love to see a virtual wave, hand wave. I guess audience wave. It's different than one of these. One of these. Would
Okay.
you
Yes.
hold this bubble for me, Mom?
I would love to hold your bubble.
Folks, this is the What Is This Tool Do? It's a good question. Has anybody seen us use this before? We don't pull it out often, and it totally depends on many different things, but this is the tungsten tool, folks, and it's because it's tungsten metal. And I am no metal specialist. You're not going to be able to take a flash there, but come take a good zoom on this because I'm about to put a hole, I'm going to bore a hole into this solid glass. This glass is cooling down. It's about to crack off of the pipe. Michelle wants to go take a flash.
Yeah.
Because that's how cold it's getting. What I'm going to do with this, and watch actually how this heats up. I'm not sure how well the zoom will work on it, but if I blast this with the torch, it's going to get red real quick. Watch this. I'm going to take it away. You're going to see it glowing in the middle. This metal can get so hot it won't bend, it won't move, but it'll be hot enough that it can bore a hole into the glass. So by giving it the right heat
And
at
just-
the right time, having the glass solid, and giving it the right amount of pressure, the heat is super important. It's red hot right now. I can move it back and forth with the heat. And look at how
that
easily it
crazy?
bore a hole into it.
So now if I try to blow the bubble, it will just go out. It will escape.
There's
How
another
cool
one.
is that?
Super
So-
easy. It's still glowing. There's no glass stuck to it at all.
Did you explain
And-
why we would bore a hole?
I was going to ask you, why would we ever want to bore a hole in the glass?
Because the glass in the heating and cooling process has expansion. If you block off the hole and there's no way to let that air escape, there's a chance it could implode. It would just have too much stress. So
An example of that, of the glass expanding and contracting, and something that causes an issue is when we're making ornaments and you're blowing out an ornament, you blow one out really fast, you got your assistant blowing, you're blowing out the ornament, you shape it up, it's still probably like 1400 degrees, it's not completely solid yet, and instead of squeezing it down to the perfect size, you squeeze that neck down a little too tight and you close off the hole. You trap the air in the end, so it becomes just a bubble of air with glass around it. As that glass cools, the air shrinks. You know, air, moisture in your breath expands from the heat. That's how we start every bubble. We capture our breath in the pipe and let it expand to create a bubble. The opposite direction is as that air cools down, it shrinks back up. So we call it the Apple effect. And if you're working too fast and you're not paying attention and you squeeze that line down too much, you take the ornament over here and you knock it off to put a hook on it, and the whole top part, that's the hottest part, sinks in, and you've got a round base and a big indented top on it. So for an ornament's sake, you can never squeeze that down completely. But when we make large pumpkins, when we do pumpkins maybe this size, and you're trapping air in that pumpkin by putting stem on it, there's a chance that that could build up a ton of stress in it. Having cold air, cold glass, putting a hot stem and reheating it again could expand the pressure in there. So for 90% of our large pumpkins, we will take the extra second to bore a hole into it with the tungsten and release that pressure.
and there's also been like certain products that we're doing sculptural products.
Sculptural.
Well, we do that. So yeah.
Yeah, if we want a little
Secrets
tiny
of the
hole in there.
trade.
It's a pretty cool tool, and that's just one more down the list. We've probably done maybe 10 tools at this point. Over the last 10 shows, we've done What Does This Tool Do? And that's spelled tungsten, just like the metal. And I hope you all remember that, and we'll quiz you on it maybe 5 shows down the line.
Okay.
Sweet?
Yes. So a couple housekeeping things.
Chris just arrived.
Yep.
running right on time.
Do you want to talk about what's on your hat and what's over there?
I'll get to those maybe a little
Alright.
later, maybe when I
Okay.
get the camera and I
So-
can get in on them.
Let's see, you guys have YouTube and you have Facebook, and the chats maybe are combined. Sam's working on some additional tech stuff.
Oh, I see
So
some
you can
emojis over there
see-
too.
Yeah. So let's start out. Let's give her a big round of applause. And if you could also put in the chat where you're from, city and state, and what your weather is. Tell us what it's like where you are. Let's blow up that chat so Sam has some things to look at.
Let's get the show going, get the
Get the
energy
show on the
flowing,
road.
and let us know what you think of the new tech, folks. You know how we're doing it. We're never stagnant. We're always trying something new and trying to improve and grow,
And
that's what we're doing.
We decided to call it Command Central.
Take you over to Command Central.
Yeah, so today we have Elise on the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Zach was not available. Uncle Dennis is actually on a cruise, if you can believe that, in the Caribbean.
Yep.
8-day cruise, taking the grandparents on a cruise. So sometimes you got to get out of town.
Yeah, so we're going to get the warmer-upper going. We'll give Chris some time to get in here and get comfortable. We're going to get the show started, get some glass blowing going. If you're new to the show, it's a family business. We've got beautiful tech support around here making everything happen, and we're going to be blowing some glass. We have no custom orders tonight. We'll go over the board in a second. It's show 153.
Woo, woo.
And
Yeah,
I think we're going
so
to start
tonight,
with
one-of-a-kind
something.
items.
one-of-a-kinders.
All right, so I'm assisting for Jake. Thanks, Elise, again for being on the camera. We got Command Central over here so we can see all your chat. There's Sam, Joplin, Missouri.
Sam's smiling. Something's good going
Yeah.
on over here.
If you guys are new to the show, please shout out, hey, I'm a newbie. There's a lot of customers that are regulars on the show, and they're going to answer some of your questions when we can't get to it. We will come over to Command Central and do a different angle when the time is right. And we're going to talk about these items and that and our contest question, which today is blue or clear. What do you like your raindrops? And we have a little display that we're going to go over, and that will help you answer that question.
All
So,
right.
what do you think you're making?
I'm gonna make, in the theme of tonight, we'll go over the beautiful display that we've got of our featured products for the night, getting into some Easter theme. I'm going to start off, because I know we're gonna be making some bigger ones of these later, with a nice, small, simple, and controlled nest bowl. Yeah, totally spring. I'm gonna spring the glass right off the end of the pipe here.
Do you need a bench blow or
I
no?
would love a little bench blow, a little bit of air. Good. And I went for a clear bowl here. So what's gonna happen after I get this bowl blow? Good setup. It's a low squatty shape. This is almost like, I'm not sure how much publicity we've got on the sweet sake glasses that we've been making, but this is kind of the shape of the start of that. If you're new to glass blowing, this is going to be the bottom of the bowl. That crease line right there is going to be the very top where we're going to open it up, flare it open, we'll flip it around, and you'll be holding your Easter egg candy right in there.
Perfect.
So let's put a little color on it. We got clear. Michelle's going to be bringing over, I think, for a smaller one, 2, maybe thumb size, maybe a little bit bigger gathers will do. And let's start with a nice baby blue, casual piece here.
I can do it.
And folks, as you saw Michelle standing over there, you saw tech support, we can see the chat really well. We're going to be getting over there, answering your questions. Sam, if anything important comes up, is writing down other questions as well. But we're going to answer everything. We're going to be there talking with you. For now, I'm going to focus on this piece because nest bowls are actually pretty difficult because they're not symmetrical. They're almost made to be like a bird's nest where you've got little pieces of plastic bag and hopefully nothing else plastic, but that's kind of the way the world is at the moment.
Hey, you know what today is?
What is today?
It's a Tuesday. It's our show, but it's
Yeah.
who knows? Put it in the chat. It's a special day today. Haven't you heard about this?
I may have. It's a special day.
Women's International Day.
International Women's Day.
Yeah, sorry, I said that backwards. I was like, that didn't sound right.
Uh-huh. Celebrating the women of the world. The
Which
human beings that make other human beings.
we've got Elise on the camera, we got Sam on tech, and we have Gabby on support, and we've got me on support. Are you feeling like the lone guy here?
Yeah, I'm the only dude.
Do you want me to shape this to a point?
No, I think that'll be perfect if you just kind of hold it up in the air on your way over.
Okay.
Here we go. So as I was saying, this one is tricky to figure out the way to apply these on here and getting them to fall on. There's some symmetry to it, and there's some importance to the way you lay on this first curl. That was the perfect size. But after that, I've got to let go of my natural finger instincts and just throw it on there.
Same color or different?
Let's do the same color again. Or maybe, why don't we do one out of clear? So there's a hint of blue, and then one will be out of clear, so it's still got some light transferring through it.
Okay, so you lost me. Clear?
Same gather, clear, give it a light point on the marver, and then we'll do the same move. So check out how that went on there. It's not glowing that baby blue it is, and this blue actually never shows true until it's completely cooled down. It always, I don't honestly love the way this color looks when it's hot. It kind of looks like a murky little green, but when it cools down, it's a beautiful light baby blue. Here comes that clear one now. It's very important to get enough thickness on the very bottom so I can flatten it up just a hair, and I can get the stamp on the bottom when we're all done.
So the thing that's cool about these nest bowls is that they're all unique, one of a kind. You can see how I can go back and forth with that. These are like functional bowls. They're pretty just on their own.
What would you put in a nest bowl?
I like putting nuts in them and having them on the table because it's like a really good portion control size, right? So I just put in what I want to eat.
Has anybody ever had Carl's nuts?
I think Carl's is a local brand, isn't it?
That's why I'm asking. I think it is local.
Yeah.
And I don't know a guy named Carl, but he did make a brand of nuts, and they're pretty
Germac
good.
is another local company. All right, what do you need next?
We got to represent our local a little bit, folks, and if you're in the chat right now, you could hashtag Carl's Nuts.
Whoa! You're looking for
There
a
he
punty?
is, folks.
Stop it.
Are you looking for a punty?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just trying to get them engaged. So check it out. I really actually like the two-tone. A little bit of clear, a little bit of blue on there, and I'm actually noticing that the strands, the two I put to cover the very bottom, aren't touching the actual bowl. So if I go to punny up on top of this right now, when we knock it off, it could break off one of those strands completely. So I'm gonna give it a little bit of something, boom.
We interrupt this broadcast.
You want a bit for the bottom?
No.
So someone asked, they've seen other glass blowers use this tube thing that gets attached to the blowpipe. That's something that allows you to blow air down the pipe. Now during COVID, we're all family, so we were able to work through COVID and we still blow down our pipe. But there are independent glass blowers who now use a tube that connects to the end of the blowpipe to push their air down the pipe. So
And
that was one of the questions. It looks like when you go give blood and they tie that thing around your arm, it looks like that.
I did respond to that via on the comments from my phone.
Well, then we both
Via
responded
comment.
to
That's
it.
totally fine. I did mention that it was a big pain in the ass.
But we didn't, I didn't know
It
what
is
that was.
because it's all wrapped around you and you're tripping on it and it gets caught up behind your ear.
You gotta
It's
have
just a
serious finesse for it. It's all about personal styles. That's what we talk about all the time. Every glass shop's got their own style. That's not our style.
So here's what we want to know before this show starts tonight. Did you have any sugar prior to coming here?
Why?
Because last week was a mess.
Because I had sugar?
Yeah. So we're just checking in. Did you have sugar this week?
When I went to the golf show the other day, I got like
What does that have to do with right now?
I got-
Answer the question.
I
What
got
are-
like 15
politician?
free 16-ounce things of Rockstar energy drink.
Oh, goodness.
So I just had one of those.
So that's sugar and caffeine.
It says vitamin B all over it.
all
Uh-huh.
kinds of vitamins. That's
Vitamin
really
B,
good.
vitamin A,
And did you
taurine,
look
all
at
this other
the
stuff.
Ingredients?
and it said the reason that all those vitamins were in there was for taste. I couldn't figure that out because I thought vitamins were like all about like being healthy, not just for taste.
I don't like the taste of vitamins.
I hate the taste of vitamin B when you take your vitamin B pill with coffee and it melts in your mouth.
I didn't take my vitamins today now that we're having this conversation.
Oh boy, I knew there was something different about you.
He's got to trim it.
So check that out. I've got to trim it. That's right. I pre-opened it, and I'm going to trim it right up against this blue so that the thickest and most vibrant blue edge is going to be visible on the top of the nest bowl.
So speaking of which, did you guys take your vitamins today? Who out there
does take
takes
vitamins?
daily vitamins? We got Elise.
Yeah.
Gabby's shaking her head. Oh, she did. Yes.
She's shaking her
Vitamin
head.
B?
That's
Sam,
right.
Did you take your vitamins today?
Sam,
Says,
get that out of here.
I actually took so many vitamins today that I couldn't hold them all in my hand. In one hand, I had like 25 of them.
There's got to be a limit, a body limit.
And
to
then
the amount of
I
vitamin
actually
one can
threw
eat.
them all in my mouth and choked up a bunch and spit them up on the counter. It was horrible.
That's really nasty, Dad.
But I did get them down before they dissolved. In my own spit up.
That's nasty, folks.
Got to get them down no matter what.
I take 4 essential vitamins in the morning. 3 actually.
We're
They're great. That looks like you're gonna have a big old black spot on your shirt.
Like one of these?
Ah.
How'd your class go today?
Oh man, it went good. I was just gonna comment what I was up to today. But let me just get through this piece and then I'll let everybody know. Going
Paddle
for
or
the
no?
opening. I don't think we need one.
I've never seen a symmetrical bird nest.
Nope, me either.
Look at that.
Pretty cute, little cutie right there. So it's up and down, they're overlapping, they look super nesty. And you look down into there, that's about a 2-handful grab of a pile of Carl's Nuts, local nut brand.
What about chocolate
Nah,
malted milk eggs for Easter?
I did
What?
suggest that at first, but
Gabby
I'm not
doesn't
super
like
into
those? Those are my favorite, even though I haven't had them in like 10 years. But they are my favorite. When I was a kid,
Let's get this off of the pipe here. I put a little water on there. It's always funky to see how these guys pop off, so I'm hoping that it doesn't take that whole strand with it. That actually went off really nice. Chris has got the torch going. I'm gonna get the claw.
just melting that bottom in just enough that it takes the punny mark away and I can get the GA stamp. Boom! Right on the bottom. These two go hand in hand. And
Now, if I
Jake,
flip this over real quick though first, you can tell when I set it around the edge, it doesn't sit perfectly flat. See how it's got an angle to it? That's pretty cool. It's kind of nesty, and that's what we like about these.
it's the eclecticness of the nest.
Nest eclectic.
nice and warm in there.
Looking
Yeah,
good,
those
looking
feel
good.
good.
Okay, I think that tabletop is next.
Tabletop
Yeah, I think we need to get a spotlight on that.
on the product.
Yeah,
Oh, let's check it out.
It's supposed to be
All right.
getting brighter out. What happened?
it
I don't
is.
know,
I
it's
mean,
pretty dull today.
6:15 and it's still sunny out.
Here in Michigan, and let us know. I think in the chat we saw where you guys were watching from today. I know we've got global viewers and we've got United States viewers, but here in Michigan this weekend we had a beautiful hint of springtime. It was like, I think it got up to 60 degrees, something like that. The sun was shining, it was beautiful. Now it's getting a little bit dreary and a little bit cold out, so we just got the hint, but that's enough to get me through the next 2 or 3 weeks of chilly weather we're gonna have. But let's take a look at this beautiful display, you guys. We've got quite a few beautiful extravaganza products up here tonight. And you see this beautiful display of 3 nest bowls that we got going on. Super nice. And that size I made is about the exact same size as number 3 there. They're all gonna be totally unique. You know, we say with our mugs, with our drinkware, each one's handmade, each one's one of a kind. With the nest bowl, that's even more so exaggerated. You see the way that overlaps. These are all gonna be on the website for tonight with their respective numbers on the Gathering Point page. A brief overview of all the other amazing things. We've got our straws up. We've got our raindrops up. We're gonna be talking about those. That has to do with our giveaway question for tonight. We've got our sprouts up.
Yeah, and so let me, like, maybe if I put this behind, you can see the blue, and then down below is the clear. So the blue looks like water. This is why we do them, big part of our business. And then the clear is just normal. Normal.
Yeah. We got our chicks, 2 chicks up here, and then we've got our jumbo nest bowl. And if I'm feeling pretty good tonight, and I think Chris and I both are, we're probably gonna make a jumbo, max the hole out, see what we can do. What
Tonight?
the heck? Maybe. No?
We could.
I'll do it. I'm ready for it.
Oh no.
I haven't been blowing glass at all today. Are we
Okay.
taking it to the?
Yep, we're taking it to
Take-
Command
Take it
Central.
to the
We're
limit.
taking it right to the limit.
Let Elise know what happens there.
All right, Sam's gonna give us a cue. Boom.
Look,
And
we're
now
on
the
the
camera has switched.
Oh, let's see. I'm like a talk show host. Just a moment. Let me have some coffee. This is on our website, the Gathering Point coffee mug, but don't have rubber bands in your variety. Okay, contest tonight. Blue or clear for the raindrops? What do you like best? Yes. So that is the question for tonight. You want to send your answer to enews@glassacademy.com.
take the camera.
Now, how many of
Yeah.
you on the chat are new? If you could do this or say something on the chat that you're new, that's very helpful for us. If you enter the contest, that's how you get entered to win products that we make during our show. So every show that we do, we make an item and we sell it. Not sell it, we give it away. Sorry. Last week, we were working with a Ukrainian theme, and we came up with this sweet tumbler. Now you can buy some of these if you'd like. We're giving 20% back to the World Kitchen. But this particular one is the contest winner from last week, whose name I have on this sheet of paper. We do a special contest that's called Wheel of Names, where everyone gets entered to win, and their name was put into that, and we just printed ahead of time, so we're ready for you guys. Okay, I see the comments coming in. Julie Flynn says she loves the raindrop. Sharon Watch says she's seasoned and she's been here since the very first show. I love that. And if Sharon and Dawn and there's other people that are on this group that know answers to questions, they really help us in the chat. They answer some questions when we can't get to them. So I want to do a shout out to them. And if you're watching on Facebook, we do have a page called Glass Academy Addicts. And that's where some of the people who are fans of ours will talk, and you can post your pictures there or show us opening boxes. Behind me, you can see they are not ready. The furnace is not open. They're
Yep.
getting ready for the next item they're going to make. So I know I still have a little chatting time. So let's talk about the ringtello.
Chat time.
The ringtello, I don't really wear rings, but let's pretend I did. Oh, I'm gonna wash dishes. Where will I put my ring? Why, I'll put it on my very own ringtello. So the ringtello is just this really cool, colorful item that we make here at the Glass Academy. It's our studio only. We've named this product. And this one, it's a little bit tough to see from a distance, but it's got this really cool swirl in it. You can see this one here is blues in color, but check it out on the light base, like it just really sings. So we try to make fun, practical items. You get to use the big torch when you make these. They're something that's functional, but they're also just beautiful. So if you are in the local area or you find yourself traveling to Michigan, please join us. Our classes are listed on our website. This particular one is called Ringtello. Get it? Your ring. So we always try to make an Italian theme sound to our classes.
Yeah, so we got some questions here, folks, about Marcy and about possibly Bridget as well.
Yep.
And to address that right off the bat, and as we've always been with you, honest with you guys, basically the business is changing. We're always growing, things are happening, things are moving, and we've had conversations with many of the employees. Both Marcy and Bridget are moving on to new and great things in their lives, and they're no longer with us. We've got a brand new host here at the Glass Academy for anyone who's taken classes before and done the happy hour or done any of our in-person classes. Matt, he work this past weekend, trained with Bridget. I think he's going to be a really great
Yeah,
fit.
Bridget like rocked him out. She's like, okay, Matt, here's what we need to do. So Bridget's last day was on Saturday. With all the stars aligning, she's going to actually be moving to Florida. So we get to go visit Bridget now in the sunshine.
Yep.
And I can't wait.
That's right, folks. So everything's
Okay.
great. We're moving on in the world. We've got pretty cool plans for the Glass Academy in the future, which we're constantly talking about. But going forward, we've got Uncle Dennis on the camera, and we're taking each day as it comes, folks, and we're wishing the best to both of those amazing people, and can't say enough good things about what they're doing in their lives and where they're going to be going.
All right. You guys know what you're making?
Oh yeah.
We know what we're making. Chris is going to jump right into it. This is a warmer-upper for both. That was a warmer-upper for me. I haven't been blowing glass today, and Chris is pretty fresh today,
Here's
too.
a question. How many of you in your workplace are allowed to have your phone in your workplace? Look at this guy.
How many what?
How many people are allowed to have your phone in your workplace? I remember when cell phones first came out, like it was like, put your phone away. You know, wasn't that funny? And now it's like, you can't put your phone down. There's like work orders and all this crazy stuff. I mean, we might as well be like Star Trek and like have it on our stand.
It's going to happen. I know they're doing all that stuff with
Shipping
Elon Musk
off.
and all that
Okay.
business. It's going to
So
become
we're
part of
gonna-
everything.
Okay,
All right.
Elise should be live with the camera now.
So I'm going to let Chris start it up, but I do want to say today, the reason I wasn't working the shop today and yesterday, how many of you all know of the company Zingerman's here, a local company in Michigan, but a total business powerhouse. They've got 11 different businesses, from catering to business teaching to bakehouses and candy shops, and they're a beacon of many businesses' idea of what the perfect business is. And I just came back from a 2-day course, a lesson on supporting staff, and I sat in there and was taking notes and working with about 16 other people who signed up for the class, and just had a pretty darn crazy 2-day experience. So I've got a lot to go over and a lot to implement into the business that I'm pretty excited about,
Will you bring me a bit?
but I haven't been in the shop for quite a while. That looks a little treacherous right there.
Iris Trail.
That's so funny. He hasn't been in the shop. It's like 2 days and it feels like you've been gone forever.
How big?
It's just gonna be thumb size. All right. So I'm thinking about the layering of this nest, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do something kind of crazy here tonight. I'm gonna do a nest bowl on a branch, a cool glass branch. And it's gonna be pretty sweet.
One coat good?
Yeah, I think so.
You want a shape on it, or you want just a
hold
bunch
it
of
straight up in the air.
just a bunch of dirt from the door? Or
Oh yeah. It's all right.
Get rid of that.
It's a perfect. I'll take it just like that. Woo. I want to create a cool amber interior
Oh,
to the color. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer this with that amber first. Now I'm going to put purple over it, then I'm going to put more iris branches over that once I get this color pattern in there.
Oh yeah, Kelly knows all about Zingerman's. Appreciate all the love and best wishes to both of those ladies. It's super cool to see. Question for Dave Worth. I'll pass this on to you over here, Chris. When you're taking reheats in the hole over here, are you more focused on what the glass is doing, or is it mostly, or is it sometimes based on just the time that you're in there?
It depends on where you're at in the stage of the piece, you know? Sometimes when you're Van Gogh, one of those sweet Ukraine eggs that we were doing, you gotta make sure that the glass is at the right molten temperature before you start Van Goghing it. But this particular case, I was just getting it in there and melting it up so I could get a second coat of the perp on there. And now I'm gonna get some more I'm gonna have you bring me the, rotate 1 bit of iris, 1 bit of gold brown for on the outside of the nest bowl.
We're gonna blow it out first? Or?
Yeah, blow it out, put a neck on it.
Okay.
Okay, blow. So all I was doing, that's good so far. All I was doing in the beginning there, guys, was getting the color pattern that's gonna be visible from the inside of this nest. Okay, blow. Good.
Kind of like the Diskellos.
Yeah, and I don't want this nest to be too big, everybody, because I'm putting it on a branch, and if I make the nest too big, the branch is gonna need to be huge. And things get real big, real easy on the blowpipe.
Especially with the nest bowls, with
Yeah.
the thickness of those twigs.
So I think that's a good one right there.
It's
So I
gonna be
think
a big one.
it's already gonna be kind
It's
of
gonna be
big.
huge. So what do you want? What do you want first? You said gold and the perch.
Let's do a gold brown first, and then an iris second for the branches. All the twigs and everything on the outside of the bowl.
So this thing's blinging.
I really don't, I'm going in just to get a little bit of heat on this, guys, but I don't want too much. I'm gonna actually run over and cool the pipe off a little. It got a little bit hot up here to the touch. While Jake's getting that bit ready, I'm gonna just
Is
cool
that
it
big enough
off.
for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go for a nice coat of the gold brown here. This is another beautifully iridescent. It's one of our 2 most iridescent and absolutely blinging colors that we use. These are actually the 2 of them right here. It's a lighter gold and a darker gold. So whenever you're using these colors, there's so much range in the iridescence and the density of the actual color, whether it's that light brown or the darker brown, dependent on how many coats you put on there. So for good time's sake, I'm gonna put 1 more good coat on there. I'm gonna shape it up now while it's still got a little heat, and then I'm gonna get it nice and warm and bring it over.
When Michelle was talking to you guys over at the whatever
what?
the table's called, the Bing Bong
Command
table.
Central.
Command Central. I was thinking with Jake about the colors, and I wanted the branches to be very like brown and like very wood-like and such. So that's why I'm making this nest purple, transparent, deep violet with an iridescent all over it. That's good, Jake. Just hold it straight up in the air for a minute. Keep going.
It's 100% correct?
Yes.
So the question is, as this
That
is
is
happening,
soupy.
is this similar to number 2? Number 2 is made with recycled glass, a light blue, and then it has a gold over it. So this color is different. This is going to be more of a metallic, earthy tone when it's finished. So it is different than bowl number 2. And we are going to put these on the website, 3 of each color pattern. This is how we can test which color pattern people like.
Yeah, this one's way different than number 2. I
Well,
can't even
that's-
really see it, except that I know that
Number
we've never
2
made a bowl like this one. This is one of a kind, guys.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. With the 2 iridescents, and then that looks like it's what, recycled
It's
glass with iris on
like
the outside?
I just explained.
Yeah, it looks nice.
So the iris struck here, and here it's more amber. So they're all one of a kind. They're all different. Trust that the perfect bowl is coming to you if you are interested in getting
To a
one.
neighborhood near you.
And that's the little stamp on the bottom. Now that I've got fingerprints
And-
all over it.
In your nest bowls, you can host your Ukrainian eggs, folks.
Or
Uh-oh, I hear something going on in the background.
yep.
Look at that application, folks. He's doing it fast, too.
Do you know how hard this is for Chris to do a random pattern?
Not
Super
too hard since I've made thousands of nest bowls.
You know what I mean.
Really
Not
difficult.
symmetrical,
It
all
is
that.
difficult to get organic with the glass when you're so technically trained, but it's fun. I like it. It's like breaks me out of my comfort zone.
Is that a pouch of Carl's Nuts?
It is, and they are local, Madison Heights.
Madison Heights,
Jake,
folks.
could you pour me in my nest bowl, my portion control?
All right, as long as we get a really good zoom on this.
Oh, Elise,
Whoa.
are you up to the challenge?
Watch this pour, folks.
The
You are
finger
so
flicker?
talented.
Yeah.
Now these are mine. Don't be snacking out of my bowl.
No problem, because the ones I love here, folks, if you're putting an order in online, and I suggest you hashtag Carl's Nuts one more time, is the sweet and spicy. For no reason, just, I don't know, we're not getting paid by Carl to do this kind of advertising, but I honestly have been eating these for 2 weeks now, and I probably won't eat them much longer because I'll
Does that say
overeat 'em.
Carl's?
It's
or does it say
Carl.
Cars?
Uh-oh.
Cars is on 14 Mile in Sterling
No!
Heights.
Everyone's been hashtagging Carl? Nobody told me? That's treachery. That's a real funny joke, everyone. Real funny. How many of you all have great cursive out there? We're sending a lot of love right here. I'm reading this about Drake. A lot of love to Drake and whatever medical tests he's getting done. I'm sure they're going to go real smooth. Drake and the addicts and us are sending you all the good energy we can. It's a blessing having you around. And we're going to bring you back real soon, Drake.
Give me a very light puff. Keep going, harder. All right, that looks good.
So I hate to talk about food, but Elise, your mom said you're gonna bring cookies the next time you work.
Jake, you're gonna need to bring the punty, but a bit off that punty first out of one of the colors that's our metallic colors.
Okay.
So I don't wanna punty this thing up onto a little fragile little branch, so I'm gonna fill that in just a little bit with a bit here so that we can punty up on the bottom and then sculpt it into the nest itself. Then I'm gonna have Jake hold that nest while I make the branch.
This guy's coming at you.
Yep.
So that's just a platform. It's kind of like a Maurice, would you say?
Hey,
Yep.
here's a question for our viewers. The reason I ask these questions too live during the show is people have all sorts of different backgrounds. So Sam just mentioned that Cars is near her house and it will smell like peanuts for 3 miles around.
Really?
And so then my question is, if you're
5
allergic
miles.
to peanuts, does that smell affect you? Like what if you had a kid who had a peanut allergy and you lived near that?
I
Is
don't
that
know if
possible?
allergies come through the nose, but does anybody have?
Wait a second, rephrase that. Allergies come through the nose in the
Oh.
spring, hello.
I do get pretty bad nose allergies.
I think most people who have nut allergies can't eat nuts. It's not about smelling nuts.
But if you smell, you're ingesting
It's
them.
contact. Might have something to do with
Oh,
all the
contact.
pesticides in them.
Nasal contact. Folks want to know if I can write cursive. Oh.
I can write cursive.
I
I
don't
love
think
writing
that has
cursive.
anything to do with it. I asked them if they could write cursive because
Oh.
I misread Carl's for the past 3 weeks as I was falling in love with his nuts.
Yeah, Jake can read cursive. He's an amazing penmanship. He, the
Steiner.
high school, Rudolph Steiner school that he went to, and Elise went to, you had to only write in cursive. It was pretty nice. And he's got great penmanship. Takes right after his dad.
I do take pride in my cursive, and maybe that's just writing cursive, not reading cursive, because maybe this is just the last we'll talk about.
Michelle's
All
a little
that.
choppy. Bus is
She wasn't
coming.
paying attention.
So I am now, as I'm taking the time to slowly reheat the top of this nest, I'm gonna have to trim it and get it shaped into its organic shape. And then I'm thinking about how the branch is gonna look, everybody, because that's important. And how we're gonna get this thing on the branch, which Michelle's gonna have to jump in when the time's right, not yet.
Do I
And
need to like jump in with a rope?
You're gonna have to jump in over the marver.
Yep,
I could do it.
the high jump.
I
We
could
got
do it.
a pretty cool comment here. Jody was saying she knows people who have allergies to smells, but even more interestingly, one lady can't be around oranges when they're being peeled. But if they're already peeled, she's fine. That's pretty interesting because that must be a smell. And I know when you're peeling an orange, they've got all those little like pockets of
Stuff.
juice or whatever it is in their peel. And when you're peeling it, if you look real close or you put your eyeball right next to the peel, it'll squirt peel juice on you. And if you're allergic to that kind of thing, I understand why you would have problems.
I
Thanks,
wonder,
everybody,
you
for
could have-
continuing that
You could
conversation
have
with me.
you could have an allergy
I was
of
chewing some nuts.
with
I couldn't talk.
anything that you don't like.
All right, here's the deal.
Oh yeah, I got an allergy
I
to
don't
dog
have a-
poop. It's horrible.
You know what I did today?
No.
I went and had my allergies tested.
Oh.
So how many have that done with all like the things on your arm? And then when you get a little bump and they're like, oh, you're allergic to that. Let's give you a bigger dose and see really what happens. So I got
Well,
stabbed 27 times in this arm and 27 times in this arm with additional allergens.
Sounds
And
like
you're
a
in the right
blast.
spot. If something happens and you have an allergic reaction, the allergists are there with all their stuff ready to go to save you.
Thank
True.
you.
Has anybody out there ever had to use an EpiPen on someone?
Nope.
I had
You?
to use the Epi Club once. Take somebody out.
What does that mean?
No, I never had to use one. I was trained on it though in my
There's
CPR
no
class.
training on that. All you do is take the lid off and stab them, right?
You're supposed to have training on it. You could do it if it's pretty simple, but just like CPR.
I wouldn't really feel too confident with CPR, but I would try.
That's why you take a class in it.
I took a stop the bleed if someone got shot with a bullet class before.
That's necessary.
And that was pretty cool, but I kind of forget most of it, but I'd like to think my instincts would kick in and I'd remember.
Am I doing a reduction?
Nope.
No.
I was putting this on a branch.
Yeah. And right now, I just got done trimming the lip, so the edge of the nest is super sharp. So if a poor little canary landed on there, it would probably cut his foot right off. So we don't want him.
This is a family show. Keep
I'm
it
just
positive.
saying, we want to heat it up in the heat source here so that it melts up and get very organic, like a real nest out there in the nest world.
We want it uplifting here.
So that little
Save the
canary actually
canaries.
just,
Canary in the coal mine.
now that it's smooth on the edge, the canary can fly up and land on it and then just tweet his little heart out about how enjoyable he loves this little tiny nest. That's pretty uplifting.
We've got quite a few people
I think allergies are a big thing.
that have used an EpiPen. And even Drake's used it on himself, and
Wow.
I mean, that's pretty crazy. Julie's used it for sure, but a little follow-up
What do
about
you
the
need?
orange peel conversation
this.
is that orange peels are actually, it's oil, it's orange oil.
I know, don't you want to start the fire? Like, did you read that comment?
I don't
You
know if
know-
I want to necessarily start on fire. I did read that comment, but I mean, how come we don't like cook with orange oil or have it in like our essential oil machine?
I don't know. I watched
They
Bobby
do?
Flay yesterday, and they were talking about grapefruit or something. No, it was a cooking show. Grapefruit's hard because it takes on certain tastes, so maybe orange is the same thing, same family, right? Like
Yeah.
pineapple breaks down the acidity, but maybe orange juice and marinades, but not orange peel.
I don't know. I didn't know there were oils in that. That's pretty cool.
Essential
Mary just
oils.
said your hair looks great.
Oh, good. I had a hat on
Hey,
all
Jake,
day.
is there a large set of shears? Are they on the bench right
Yep.
there? Perfect.
Ready to go.
So I'm the babysitter.
So I'm gathering up all the glass for the branch right now, guys. And Michelle's making sure that that doesn't
They
get
can
too
hear
hot.
you. They're just looking at this.
Oh, I'm just saying, I'm just talking about it. Get it word in edgewise once in a while.
Can't wait to take my trip over to Command Central over here a little bit later.
Okay, I'm not sure if Sam made the graphic, and of course I say this as soon as she gets up, but some people are asking how to get notifications of when our shows go live. I know on YouTube there's a little bell. It's a black and white bell, traditional bell, and she's got the graphic up. So if you click the bell and then it will say something underneath, you say hit all, not subscribe, hit all notifications. When the show goes live, you'll get a little, hey.
That's especially important for our paying YouTube subscribers because, like I had mentioned, and I think it was posted this Friday, was the sweet detailed video of me casting those water droplets. And I made about 15 of them, and they were pretty cool, the process that Chris had kind of designed and we put together to make those really cool ripple effect water droplet recycle pieces.
All right, you're gonna have to heat that up somewhere else.
I'll open up the door for you over here. But that was posted on Friday, and if you set up those notifications, you hit that bell, and you're able to get those notifications when we do post a VIP video, an in-depth video for you. I'm gonna calm down on the conversation now because Chris has got a 35-pound gather here on the end of the pipe.
Exactly. Now I'm trying to just make it bark like. What color is that, Jake?
That's the aventurine green. He's going for all the blinging colors, folks. This is no cheap branch. Oh yeah. So he's loading up on colors. He's got a lot of heat in there. It takes quite a minute for that to cool down, and that's a thick piece of glass. He's starting to pull it off the pipe and give it some shape with the edge of the marver instead of using the tool. It's going to save a lot of heat hitting himself in the hand. The cut right in half with the big shears. You want help turning, or you got it?
I'm pretty good so far.
All right. Look at that thing. What is that? It's wild. I've never seen one of these branches made. He's watching that thing to not hit him in the forearm. Want a door?
Yeah. That's good.
It looks like a chicken foot.
It looks like a chicken foot,
It's a
giant chicken foot.
chicken foot.
That thing is serious. Some sort of crunching noise I just noticed on the feed there. If I had to guess, it could be Chris's necklace rubbing up on the microphone. So I'll take a stab at that in a minute, but can't do it in the middle of this piece. Just imagine it's a nice batch of Cars nuts. Thank you for whoever's comment that was. Oh my God.
Flip. Flip. Right there. Good.
This is kind of serious, folks. You see Chris is maxing out the hole here. He's using the hole. Michelle is keeping this other, the bowl that we made pre-branch here nice and warm so it's not cracking. And this thing almost looks like some sort of cracking leg or something. It's all deep browns with a little bit of iridescence, and once we get this thing stabilized, he gets it shaped up how he wants it. We're gonna somehow apply the nest pull onto it. I've never done this process.
We're gonna
before.
put a bit on it, and then you bring a bit, and then you'll knock that off with the gloves and stick it on.
Okay.
Yeah, so here's the deal. While I was chatting with you guys, they were making plans for the next piece, but I'm not quite sure how it's all gonna roll out. So I'll just babysit this until they take that giant antler and tell me what to do with it. But you see how you can come
Flash
up
it,
with
Jake.
other ideas as you're making glass?
Like a pretty hot flash or what?
Enough that it's moving so I can manipulate it a little bit. Still just trying to sculpt it into that organic. We've got the branch texture and stuff. I'm just trying to get it sculpted into that organic shape. And that one's looking good. This guy, I want to have it good. Okay, that's starting to look pretty organic.
I could scratch a good itch on my face with that guy.
The 3-finger monster hand or a tree branch.
Or deer antler.
That's one of those pieces that doesn't look quite like it does until it's completely finished. And once we get the bowl on there and you see it sitting in its correct form, the right side up, right side down, that thing's gonna be looking good. Oops, sorry. It's got big real fast, folks.
I want to make sure that it's sitting correctly, guys, for that nest to be on there. And that's looking pretty good.
How does this work now?
I'm going to let this equalize a little bit so that it's not so molten when we go to start working on the nest.
Once you get that one equalized, why don't you let me take a flash on it and you can move your necklace around.
It's looking pretty good like that. You got it?
Yep.
Well, I think that I take that
Necklace
back.
isn't even
saying-
touching the microphone.
There you
At
go.
all.
Saying we're gonna have
Perfect.
three
Looks
of
perfect
these.
now. So here you go.
This is probably a one and done item.
It's going to make it a little bit easier in the glory hole with the nest on it.
Right.
So the way this is going to work is you're going to bring me a pretty size stickum bit, Jake,
How big?
or you can take the
Bowl.
nest and get the gloves ready and get the gloves out. Then you're going to put a drop of water on it, knock it off like we normally do. No, because we can do that after we get it on the nest.
I'm gonna switch with you, Mom, in a second here. And then I'll be knocking him off. He's gonna need a stickum bit. He's got a pretty large stickum bit for the bottom of the nest here. It's gonna be put onto the branch. I'm not sure if he's ready for it yet, though. Okay.
Are you ready, Jake?
I'm ready whenever, yeah.
All right, I'm ready, Shell. Large stickum bit be like the size of a grape, maybe, a little bigger. Ping pong ball. When?
And I'm gonna knock it off over here.
Once I put the stickum bit on, you can knock it off right there if you want. And we'll stick it on at the marver, Jake.
All right.
Just hold it up in the air for a minute. Okay. Lift. All right. All yours, Jake.
Thank you. Okay, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yep. Thank you.
Centered right on there. Good.
Nice. So maybe after this heat, after he touches it up, at least if you get a shot in the hole, seeing how maxed out it is. He'll come to the bench and then on the next one.
You have to use the zoom.
It is maxed in that hole.
All right, this one's going to be the reduction shell.
Yeah. You're gonna tap it on, well,
We're gonna put it right away in the annealer. I've got to put a
Okay.
GA stamp on it eventually. Turn that reduction off for a second.
so if we're not doing anything, Michelle had the right idea to man the doors here. Super important to keep as much heat as we can inside the hole, especially because it's not as hot as usual because we haven't been blowing glass all morning before doing the show.
Just gonna straighten, make sure the things sit, and then we're gonna go for the reduction.
Yeah, you want to
Yeah,
stamp
let's
right
put that.
now?
Let's put that on right now. Yeah. Want to make sure it sits flat, which it is. Here comes the stamper. Bring the coin stamp with you, Jake. It's on the marver.
I'll grab it. I'll grab it. Nice.
Thank you. All right, now the reduction.
Here comes the bling bling, folks. If you're new to the show, we got the oxygen cut down real low right now. There's a lot of gas in this flame, and it's starving that flame of oxygen, bringing out the iridescence. Now we got that metallic sheen to it.
What do you think? One more?
I think one more, yeah.
And then we'll go for it. Go
For
away.
good
I'll let you
measure.
guys take a peek at her. So that would sit in the middle of your table with some Easter nuts.
Some pretty precise turning going on in there.
All right, looks good. Got that barky texture. Ooh, I like
We're just
it.
gonna tap right in there and we'll cold work the end of it.
Yep, we'll cold work the
We
end.
could tap it there and we torch it and I'll glove it.
Yeah, we'll cold work it.
All right.
And we're going into which annealer?
Number one. See how he sets it on the bench when he puts the water on in case it accidentally popped off. Tuck it in.
All right. Woo! Nice job, Michelle.
Serious.
That was a nice one. I like doing those branches.
Yeah, that was the first time I've ever seen one of those branches. And here for measure, it's a great way to measure the size of a piece. Look at the size of the moil.
Yeah, it was a big boy.
That's the moil right there, folks. M-O-I-L. That's all the leftover glass. That's going to become recycled glass. You see the iridescence? You see the texture on there? That tobacco brown.
Now it's looking to get sweaty. And
You
I
it.
did.
You're warmed up now.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, all right. Beautiful. That was great. I love doing combo pieces like that, you guys. It was super sweet. That piece will be for sale.
Right
one of a
now.
kind there, and we won't be putting those into production. Definitely want it to be one of a kind.
So you could fill that out right on our beautiful sheet there, and
Oh, I
Gabby
can?
will get it up live on the website.
All right,
We've got
sounds
that
good.
Nest I made up on the website. You can check it out on the Gathering Point page, blue and clear. And we're going to give Chris a second to contemplate that one and the amount of sweat that poured out of him.
So that was
There.
funny. I'm like, who has three of those? But after I saw what it was probably just one.
That piece?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because when it was full, I thought it was a different color.
Right.
Okay.
So it's my turn for Command Central.
Okay. Yep.
All right, here we
You
go.
are good to go. Great. It's on you.
Beautiful. All right, I'm taking a look at the comments to start things off. We got Brent in the house. What's happening, Brent? Appreciate that. Let's see. I'm wondering how that sound, if that sound went away on folks, if that was his necklace. We'll see. Let me know in the comments. Pammy, that would be a great back scratcher. And that was a pretty darn hardcore piece, folks. Who needs the gym when you blow glass? That's definitely something you think about. Sweating in the summertime. I don't need to think about drinking water in the summertime. Oh boy. Oh boy. Anyway, I hope you all could hear what I was saying there.
Sorry, I was talking about allergies.
It's
Okay,
all right.
I see. What's happening, Bo? I see Mary Lou. Sound is still there. All right, we're doing all right. Oh, that sound is still there. Interesting. Maybe it's the camera. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but we'll keep looking at that, folks. We'll keep adjusting it.
Could
Appreciate
be
your
me.
comments.
Could be me eating these nuts.
Could be. Thanks, Car. But, Car. Cars. Cars nuts. So, you guys know the giveaway question right here. Blue or recycle, or blue or clear. That's recycled glass or clear for raindrops. What's your preference? We lean towards the recycled raindrops. Those are on the website. Sold in sets of 3, I believe.
Why do you lean towards them?
Because they're recycled glass, they look like water. They look like watery raindrops.
It doesn't really matter to me that they're recycled glass, but I love the fact that they look really watery. It's just like when we do the crystal Michigan icicle or the recycle Michigan icicle. The recycle one just looks like ice. That
Yeah.
blue, the quality of the refracting light through it is super sweet.
It's true.
And you get those things hanging from your curtain rod in your kitchen. They're really nice. I think is there like 3 for a certain price or something?
I think we sell them as singles and we sell them as 3s as well.
I just like them in groups, different sizes. They look sweet.
Yeah, hanging in the window, catching the light. Love to hear some comments about what everyone's doing, how everyone's week's gone. I spoke about the Zingerman's class I did, which was super cool. What are you working on? You got a lot going
Jeez.
on.
I'm working on a few different things. You guys, if you don't know, we've opened up a gallery I did in Ann Arbor, and I've been completely rebuilding that gallery. And I just realized yesterday when I went and bought some of the plywood that I needed for the rebuild, and it was like $1,000 for that plywood right there, which is like ridiculous.
It's a lot of plywood.
Wood is so expensive right now. It's kind of like funky, but you know what? Everything's getting to be expensive. Gas is now going to go up a couple more dollars a gallon, they say. Geez, I don't know. I'm going to have to start riding my moped, and I don't even have one. But I'm also working on a couple big botanical installations that are pretty darn sweet, and I might even give, for next week's show, I might give Sam a couple images of those, and she could pop them on there real quick and show people what they look like. Even a rendering of the gallery on the inside too. I think that'd be helpful for everybody to see what's going on with that kind of stuff. So, but I do kind of feel like I just like burst my own personal glass blowing bubble making that last piece. So what are you thinking about making?
I was already thinking about making a large bowl. I wanted to make a big one. We don't have a ton of space inside the box now, so I was also thinking about making a nest bowl compote. I think that'd be pretty cool to make a little low squatty nest bowl, give it a nice long stem, maybe put a little egg in the middle, a little Ukrainian egg maybe, and then put a nice foot on it. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
What about some type of like organic pedestal? I mean, I had a branch, vertical branch, but a horizontal branch. Is that right? Yeah.
Vertical
Vertical. I have a horizontal branch. If you had a vertical branch,
as the stem.
yeah, like some type of branch coming off the bottom like this maybe, or whatever, so that the thing's sitting up there like you drop a big bit on and cut it up and pull it out so the branch is holding the nest up. It's like part of the nest.
That's a pretty cool idea.
Even or just all kinds of crazy haphazard nesting bits like this that build up on the bottom of the nest so they come off. And if those were in a shape like that, wouldn't that look kind of cool?
Not really 100% following what
Oh.
you're saying, but can't figure out this computer because it keeps closing on us. So I'm going to leave the comments now, and we're probably going to get back to the glass blowing, right?
Yeah.
All right, sweet. Beautiful, folks. Beautiful.
I'm still on? All right, well, I was going to tell you, Michelle, you can just go in your settings and say, don't go to sleep on your computer so that it doesn't keep sleeping on us. Jake's getting ready. He kind of described to you what he's making. This is one of my favorite times of the year because it's still kind of cool out and it's pleasurable to blow glass without getting too hot, but We all know what is coming. All of you glass addicts out there have been through one, if not two, hot summers with us, and you know how hot it gets in here. I had my shorts on yesterday already, and it was just about, wasn't even 40 degrees out, but I'm ready to bust them out because it's just starting to warm up, and I'm excited. I like the warmth. You gathering it up over there?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
All right. Well,
Yep.
come on over here and let's get a shot of Jake gathering it up.
All right.
Maybe we can show him the inside the furnace.
Yeah. Furnace is pretty high, folks. It's looking good. I know Chris was using some glass, so he must have charged it up a little bit there, which is awesome. And that's beautiful crystal clear glass. I was going through quite a bit of recycle.
Did you talk about these already?
No, you could talk about those.
These are some cool Crocs that Jake found on eBay. Somebody was selling some old Crocs from like the early 1900s that they maybe would make sauerkraut in, or pickles or olives, things like that. But they're we're going to use them for our block buckets instead of using these like pickle buckets that are made out of plastic. We're going a little more al naturel. So he's got some color going on over here, folks. I know that I had quite a few people mention to me that they really love seeing the glass blowing on there. So he just gathered up some Adventurine green. Is that what you got?
Oh, yeah.
Adventurine green almost looks black. You putting another coat on?
Yep.
I'll pick it up and show you guys this. It almost looks black. It's so dense. But Adventurine is an Italian style, metallic, very metallic glass. It's got a lot of copper flakes, like copper powder in it, that really capture the light. It's a beautiful, particular type of Italian color that really makes itself look exceptional when you have glass over it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You want to have it reflecting through the optics of clear crystal. So I'm probably thinking, I'm not sure what type of bits Jake's got me bringing them, but it could be clear crystal.
Yep. That's exactly what I'm doing.
That's pretty sweet. He's getting the shape ready to start adding on all those little bird nest branches on the nest bowl. It's really interesting. It's like when you see people kind of painting different types of paintings that are not realistic type paintings, but they're kind of a little bit avant-garde. When he's like almost pointillism, like some of the Monet pieces, you have to step back and you have to like squint at them to see the true essence of the light and the shading of the painting. Well, that's what you do with nest bowls. I love it when you're spinning them really fast on the pipe and you just see a blur that looks like this perfectly symmetrical shape, but it's not symmetrical, but when you're spinning it, it is symmetrical. It's pretty cool.
That is a pretty sweet thought.
I was seeing those last night when I was making those flowers. I was in here late last night making those like blooms that are going to be in the botanical thing.
Yeah.
And all the petals coming off of them, these huge petals, were completely different shapes and like direction, but when I spun it, it looked like a flower when you saw that whole like mess. It was pretty cool.
It's pretty sweet. It makes me think of like rims on a car when they line up perfectly and it doesn't look like they're moving at all. But then when they slow down, you start to see the motion of them.
Oh yeah.
Pretty darn cool. So I'm gonna gather clear over this.
Oh, that's right. You're making a jumbo.
I'm making a bigger one.
So he's encasing it, guys. Do you guys know? I'll talk while she's got Jake over there gathering it up. Encasing color in the glass is when you gather clear crystal on the blowpipe and then you add your color, whether it's one color or multiple colors, and then you gather over that so that the color is encased in between two layers of crystal.
So I do know for a fact this is going to be a one-of-a-kind here. There's only certain products that we can work with this Adventurine green, and I know that we haven't made anything out of this Adventurine green in probably the last 100 shows. I mean, honestly, that color has been stuck behind a lot of other colors, and we don't pull it out. It's got to be encased. It's super expensive, and we were going for the nest bowl vibe tonight, and we just said we would make one-of-a-kinder pieces. So this is going to be a one-of-a-kind Adventurine green and clear nest bowl.
Tell me what encased means.
Encased.
I just did. I just got done talking about it for a really long time.
Green glass encased and clear. with a layer right
I'm just
over
saying,
it.
that was what we just talked about.
So I'm keeping it nice and thick on the bottom. I need to watch the size of it, just like with Chris's and just like with any nest bowl you make. You blow it out, and then when you add a quarter, a half-inch thickness of twiggery around the bowl, it really expands the size of it pretty darn quick.
Is that a real word? Twiggery?
Yes, that's right, folks.
I like it.
The twiggery. Take a bench blow on this guy.
All right. You just let me know he wanted a bench blow, so I'm going to get ready over here.
Trying to use all that color, keep it all in there, blow. Good. When you encase glass too, it's hard to keep it small. I got a lot of glass on the pipe here. Blow. Good. There we are. It's a low squatty boy. I'll give it the little angle here so that I can trim the neck. I'm thinking about after I punny it up, what kind of shape I want to finish that guy. And I'm starting to see that beautiful sparkle. A little more air, just a hair. Good.
A hair of air. I like
Not
that.
sure how well that comes up on the camera, but we're totally getting the bling on there. It's looking super metallic. I guess it's not metallic. It's like sparkles. It's like you dropped a bunch of green sparkles in the glass. So let's go for it. Clear.
All right. Big, like those ones you were bringing me?
Yeah, that's probably good. Yeah, we'll do probably 2 of those. We'll see how it comes out. So many of our products are so seasonal. So throughout the year, as we forget about them for half a year or 3/4 of a year and come back to them, you got to relearn that process. And that's what I'm about to do right now. After the little one, I did a little bit, but I've got a spec sheet for these where I wrote down the exact process I dialed in last year. And that's super important to look at and make sure you know what you're heading into. Give you a head start on it. That was one of the things I took away from the Zingerman's class is SOPs, systems of production. What? That's what I was saying. But documenting the way things are done and how you get them done and the processes behind everything that you're doing within your business. That's what I'm going to try and get dialed in here. Right.
Sure did go away quick.
Yeah, it was just done.
I'm like, it was huge.
Do you want 2 bits at a time or you're good?
I think we'll keep them going like that. I kind of need a moment to look at it each time and assess the next one.
So one of the conversations we were having earlier today was how people trade artwork.
Trade?
Like as an artist, I can say, I make this glass nest, and I could go to a farmer that has chickens and say, would you trade me X amount of eggs for my bowl, right?
Sure.
It's like a barter system. The trick for us, though, as we become more of a business and you take on employees, that trading mechanism kind of falls by the wayside.
Right.
Because I can't really trade your bowl for some eggs and then turn to Gabby and say, here's your pay for today. You get 4 eggs.
4 or 5 eggs.
I wouldn't mind trying to get my tank in the truck filled up with
I know.
a few pieces of glass.
So with that in mind, I appreciate people who offer to trade with us, but we don't. Because we all are in this together, and I can't take Jake's bowl there off the pipe and say, it's time to trade your bowl up.
Yeah, I know you mentioned that it's International Women's Day today. Did you mention what we've got going on in the studio?
I did not. If you are local, I want you to mark your calendar for March 20th. We are doing a show at the Glass Academy, Bubblegum
Nice.
Feathers.
Hot, eh?
It's a hottie.
Bubblegum Feathers and other exciting things. And if you
One
want to
more?
know what it's about, you got to come to the studio and check it out. There'll be some artist statements. The women of the Glass Academy are joining forces to bring you a special one-time show. And it will be up through April 17th? 17th.
So you're saying a month-long show of only women's artists here at the Glass Academy.
And we will, at some point, maybe during the experimental show, one of the shows will show for those of you who are not local.
This is going to be a pretty sweet bowl. It's getting big enough. I really like having the bigger pipes,
Right.
but this is working totally fine. I'm really excited to see it as we open it up and it starts to stabilize and cool down a bit. I'll try and get a nice shot of the Aventurine on the inside, but until you see that on the annealer reveal Thursday, you just have to take our word for it. This thing's gonna be blinging.
It looks beautiful.
It's gonna be
I'll
popping.
bring you a big punny.
Cool. Here goes the third and final.
I can hear the birds tweeting.
We love that nest!
I think I mentioned I got a little bird feeder situation going on out my front window. It's been cold, but I've seen a couple of those nice gray, average-looking Michigan birds out front, and a couple blue jays fighting them. But any bird watchers out there watching glass blowing here tonight? Squish it in. I don't want any serious extremities popping off of this nest bowl. That thing's looking correct.
That is looking sweet.
Super
Yeah.
nesty.
I like it. I love having that clear crystal building up, seeing the depth of that. That's probably like a half-inch off the exterior surface of that Aventurine. Really nice looking, very tactful. You think you got a nice spot to punty on? Need a
Take a
bit
look.
down there or not? I think you're looking
It's
pretty
looking
good.
Pretty darn good. I'm going to give it kind of a flat side so that I know it's going to be sitting a little bit angled, just like that. And I think I'll be ready for you.
I put that big pipe up. It's just warming up. It was cold, but it's getting hot right now. It should be ready in just a minute or two. Can't bring a cold punty, folks. The worst thing that beginning glass blowers do is they gather up a punty on a cold pipe, and then they marver it and shape it into the punty. And by the time you get it onto your piece and knock your piece off, the pipe has sucked all the heat out of the punty, and it's really fragile. And a lot of times your piece will just fall on the floor and break. So I'm making sure this big punty's nice and hot because it's going to be a real heavy bowl on the bottom. You saw those 3 giant bits that I brought over to Jake and we wrapped around the outside. They don't look like giant bits now. It just looks like a nice organic nest, but there's a lot of glass on there and a lot of weight, and I'm sure it's still pretty thick, isn't it?
It's pretty thick. It's going to
Yeah.
have some girth to it for sure, but that's and make sure that there's no opportunity when you're setting those glass eggs into your bowl for any sort of crackage to go down. I got the right amount of thickness or the right amount of leftover glass right up here. When you put that first trail on, this line right here, it's super important to have that be as symmetrical and the correct thickness, because I'm going to trim into that first trail that went all the way around the neckline there.
Jake, would you say that is standard operating procedure for a nest bowl?
Putting that first line on there?
Is that an SOP for the nest bowl?
Yes, exactly. That's
One
on
of the
spec
things
sheet.
I was going to mention that you can also do with the punty, guys, is you can stay, if the punty is too cold, you can stay in the glass a little bit longer when you're gathering it so that it heats the end of the punty, so it has enough core heat to support the piece that you're putting it on.
Yep, that's very wise.
It's a big boy.
That's what I'm talking about. I haven't had a pony like that in a long time.
It's gonna make this piece. See, if you get a punny rod that was 3 times this size, a giant piece would seem really small.
Really tiny and easy to maneuver.
Yeah. That's
right.
like when you want to have like a extra portion of mashed potatoes, you just get a plate that's the size like 4 feet in diameter, and you just got a tiny little
Thanks.
bit on there.
I had the most amazing corned beef hash at that class this morning.
You had breakfast and lunch?
Breakfast and lunch provided, and it was a treat. It was
Yeah,
a treat.
Zingerman's Roadhouse is definitely got some good food.
So I'm definitely gonna need a shield on this one on the finger.
On the trim
on the
trim?
thumb. And this I know from doing, there's multiple things that happen when you're trimming a lot and you're trimming large pieces. You get a callus right on your middle finger, and you get a burning, sizzling thumb nail. And so that's what I was asking Chris for when I pull this one out, get it ready to go. He's got the wooden paddles.
Double paddle
shield my
action.
thumb. I'm gonna dunk my hand in water before I do it.
I don't think there's, I don't know, the last few times I've had assistants around here, besides you, Jake, shielding my hand when I was trimming, they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, we don't make a lot of big pieces that need a shield.
Yeah, it's true. But it's really important to make sure when I get on Jake's hand here, I'm going to have the paddles sandwiched over his shears, protecting his fingers so that he can trim with all the mobility he needs, but without getting fried.
No fries today.
No fried hands
Even that's
today.
hot. This thing's thick.
Whew. And sizzling.
So I'm gonna actually pull this down and use the long sleeve arm saver, and then on this next one I'll go for the trim here and I'm gonna dunk my hand for
Nice.
sure.
If you don't trim and protect his hand and control the trim that comes off the piece, sometimes on these bigger pieces, the trim will start hardening and curl up and stick right back on the piece. So you're gonna see me with my paddle making sure that I keep the trim off the piece. So come on in, check it out. I'm curving it off, see that? You doing all right?
Nice. Yeah, that was a great shield. Thank you.
And this is the trim here, guys. And look at it, still molten.
Man, that went really nice actually. It's nice having not rushing through it and not
Yeah.
having my thumb burning. I could focus on where I was trimming and what I wanted to take off.
Yeah, a lot of times too, it's in the crotch of your thumb right there,
Right.
where that
Yeah.
little webbing is. That's the tender spot. It's like somebody putting a lighter up to your armpit. It's just no good. Could hurt. That's a tender spot.
That could hurt.
Blow torch in the armpit.
Ouch.
Just imagine that, you guys. It's just not cool.
Not fun.
I got a smile out of a list, all right. So it's important not to paddle the top of the bowl because there is no father bird paddling the top of the nest when a bird makes it.
I didn't even need to do anything.
You didn't, you just turned it right into this sweet bowl.
I was just turning as normal as I could, and it just melted in that lip and just opened right up.
It's beautiful looking.
It looks really good. I'm gonna let it cool down. I'll take another flash and equalize it, let it cool down, and then I'll give
At least the up close, and we'll get the zoom and see if we can take a look at the blingage.
It looks really nice, I like it.
I don't want to hold it up. It's still molten, so I don't want to hold it up in the air yet because it would still be squatting down. But perhaps on the inside, you might be able to see some of the sparklage going on. Perhaps not. You'll see it on the annealer reveal.
Yeah,
but
you
I
can
can
see a little
promise you
bit of it.
guys.
There it is. Beautiful.
There's the up and down of it. That's a one of a kinder right there.
That's a beauty. That's a really nice one. I really like that how the clear crystal comes around off the lip and then spreads out. It's
Yeah.
really tastefully done, Jake. Nice job.
Thanks.
Really pretty. It's a gorgeous looking piece.
I got this kind of time
Adventurine.
outside of the heat right now because it's so thick and because Chris brought such a thick punny. As many of you know, if we were making a smaller nest bowl or any other product that we have pretty much, if we would have stood there for that long looking at it, it probably would have broke right off and fell on the floor.
So we're gonna be knocking this on the lip, right?
Yeah.
And then torching it and stamping it right on the bottom.
So maybe we knock it on a couple paddles and slide it away.
Yeah, we can put it in the pads, or you just glove it away once we, if you're stamping it, I'll glove it, or you want to
All right.
glove it?
I'll stamp it.
Okay.
I'm gonna take one more flash.
Yeah, it's real important to make sure that thing, folks, he's making sure that the heat, when you got a thick piece, the worst thing you can do is put it on the bench to torch it too hot so that it indents right on the lip, which is the most visible part of the piece when it's sitting right in the middle of your coffee table, your kitchen table. You want to make sure that
It's like
is
having a big thing of like
pristine.
milk froth right on your mustache.
And you don't know it.
You don't know it.
Yeah,
Not
that's
cool.
horrible.
So someone, Colleen, it was a C name, asked about arm sleeves. Yes, that's an option. You want to
Asked
talk
about what?
Arm sleeves.
Oh.
Yeah, the bigger the pieces you make, the more protective gear you need, and arm sleeves are definitely something on the glass blower's list. Sometimes even just the sleeve of your shirt is not enough to protect it. You want me to do something?
Oh, just grab the gloves.
Yep,
think
I
I'll
got
get
'em.
the torch. I'm putting a lot of drops of water on all the sides of this guy because it's such a large bunny. I don't want it to be pulling off any extra webbing here. I'm getting in all the crevices that need to be gotten into.
We're gonna take it over here and have it pop off just right. Should be a gentle tap. Beautiful. Grab
That
the torch.
is
Because it's so big
beautiful.
and because it's so clear, I can really turn up the heat of the torch here. I don't have to worry about burning the color. Even if I was cranking it down into where that green is, it's encased, it's covered in clear, so I'm not worried about that at all.
Burning it.
Burning, right.
Now I want to make sure that I don't touch that hot portion of the bowl. Open sesame, beautiful.
Oh, it sits good.
Yeah, it does. That thing was sitting really nice.
Nice.
Nice job, Jake.
Very sweet. So that one's gonna be, we'll pick a price on it with the Adventurine Green. We'll get that on the website. That's gonna be a one of a kind or two for sure. That color is available for certain custom orders if you fall in love with it after the Thursday Anila reveal, but there's gonna be just one of those. So.
Yeah, and the other thing I was going to mention is there is multiple colors of Adventurine. There's green Adventurine and there's gold Adventurine. And gold
And there's the perch.
and the purple Adventurine too. But
I don't know if we have any.
we don't have
honestly.
any of that. I know we have gold, and I know we have because I did some.
Yeah.
I think I did
The
like
monsters.
the monsters out of it.
Yeah.
But that color is really cool. Both those colors are really gorgeous, you guys. So if you're thinking about something custom, and a lot of you addicts, you know all about it, but there's always some other people who are new on the feed. And if you go to theglassacademy.com, if you're interested in having anything custom made on our show, there's a form, custom order form that you fill out, answer a few quick questions. It goes right to Jake's desk, and then Jake will look at it, call you, and design the piece with you, help you out with all your needs, and then we'll custom make it before your eyes on the show. He'll give you the date so you can get your popcorn ready and everything.
Popcorn.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's super sweet.
Are you taking it away at Command Central?
Oh, all right.
All right. Switching to Command Central. Boom.
All right, sweet. What's up, everybody? I think I'm supposed to talk about this flag, but I don't have any prepping, so this is the American flag. I just want to show it off. It's pretty cool. You can really flail it around. If anybody is from another country watching us, send us a flag. We've got quite a few of them over there. We've got an Australian flag. We've got a few other amazing flags from other countries, but I don't know what they are right now. I'm supposed to be looking at some questions. Giga Dragon. Oh, William Lutz, Bill. He's getting a dragon mug made on the 29th.
And I do still have to call Bill, and I got to call 2 or 3 other customers about custom orders. I was caught up in that class this Monday and Tuesday, but I plan on being in the shop all day tomorrow, and I'll be making calls and getting things done. So stay tuned and keep your phones ready for that. And if you did want a custom order lined up, tomorrow will be the day I'll give you a ring.
Yeah, and Dawn just asked, do you think we could order a thing of Purple Adventurine? Because I know she's the perps girl.
She is the perps
Before
queen.
April 7th, which is the sweet, tasty, custom mug night or happy hour that her and the girls are going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
in. So we got to get that ordered.
That's possible. I know I've got a few other colors I need to get, but when we do put in a color order, the manufacturer that we're at, we've got to get at least 25 kilos as a wholesale order to get the kind of discount that we work with their
You mean like
company.
$2,000 worth of color?
That's what I mean. So it's really tough to kind of pick up colors when we need them, but I know I've got a few to get, and I'll take a look at the list and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah,
because
Dawn.
That would be sweet.
I love that, Dawn. Sweet.
That's good thinking, Dawn.
I haven't seen you in a little while either, Dawn. I mean, I think maybe I haven't been around here that much either, so I don't know the last time you've been in, but what's up? Nice to see you. And Tanya was just up here over the weekend.
She did come visit.
And she says right here that she's going through withdrawals.
Uh-oh.
Yep, but hey, whatever,
Don't
girl.
worry
Let
about
us know. We'll help you take care of that withdrawal. What else we got in here? We've got can't wait to see the Anila reveal. It's going to be a really good one. I see. Do we have a Canadian flag over there?
We got a Canadian flag.
Australian.
We've got a Australian flag.
Yep.
We've got a Connecticut.
Really?
Like it's called the Seal of Connecticut or something like that. I think that's from a Boston fan of ours.
Oh yeah, the Red Wings are playing tonight, folks.
That's right.
So hopefully they're winning.
I'll go put this guy up here, but
The game started 2 minutes ago.
Do you want to do Wheel of Names?
Oh yeah, let's do Wheel of Names.
Wheel of Names, folks. Time for the giveaway. So you know what happened last Tuesday? We made the sweet Ukrainian egg. That's still on the website. 20% of the proceeds are going to the World Central Kitchen organization to help what's going on over there.
And I just made a bunch of freshies last night
We
too.
made more for sure. We got them available. We're going to be pumping them out. We still got more to make, actually. We got to keep up with the demand. But this was the giveaway from last week.
Ah.
In Ukrainian colors. So we've got the flag, the blue on top, that sunflower yellow on the bottom, and clear on the bottom, and in between and on the lip. This is the giveaway. We're going to be giving it away right now. We're going to be spinning the wheel, and then we're going to be having a name for you. So here we go.
Pretty darn quick, folks. Jeez,
We
that was
spun it.
quick. Boom! I'm back. Well, I just happened to somehow had this piece of paper flung across the room and hit me in the forehead.
Ouch.
And we got the winner right here. Are you ready? The person who's going to win this glass. It'll work perfectly. Linda Doucette.
I think it's Douse It.
Dang it.
Douse It in maple syrup.
Oh, I like
She's
it.
from Canada, I believe.
Is she?
Uh-huh.
Douse it in maple syrup. I like that. Well, Linda, you just won this sweet, timeless glass that is the Ukrainian flag colors, and it's unbelievable. It's a gorgeous piece, and I kind of feel like I made it because it's so sweet, but I think you made it.
Nope, that was me.
Interesting. Well, this is a nice one, you guys.
Super
We're
cool.
giving it away. We love giving away free glass every week. Answer the question tonight and send it to enews@glassacademy.com. Look,
Linda Broca.
blue recycled or clear raindrops. Which is your favorite? If we had 150 comments that said we love recycled blue raindrops, guess what Jake and I are going to be making? We're going to be making blue raindrops, folks. But send that to eNews, and you could win tonight's giveaway piece, which is going to be the next piece we're making tonight. And we got a little bit of extra time. It's nice. 7:20. We got 25 minutes.
It's 7:35.
We got 3 clocks within eyeshot, and they're all different by like 10
Look on the
minutes. So it's
computer.
really,
Look right
it's
in front of
really
you.
confusing, but it's okay.
Look at the computer right in front of you.
I don't like looking at the clocks on the
Oh,
computer.
wait, because you need your glasses.
What? I can see that blurry corner. But you guys, we're gonna get ready for this giveaway. Maybe people could tell me what they want to see. Put it in right now, what you want for the giveaway, you guys. Put it in there. It's gonna come up right now on here. I'm gonna see it. It's gonna be one of the first 4 comments that I get, I'll make. And it better not be a 4-foot-long Ferrari, because I can't make that out of glass. Something cool, guys. Come on, let's see it. I want to see him. Oh, somebody's got one of the, Julie's got one of the collectible red raindrops out of the ruby red. That's insane. Oh, Sharon, well, hey, I expected that from Sharon, a glass. I like that. Yeah. Ooh, a flamingo, a
I do gotta
chicken.
say, Julie said she's got our red raindrops, which is pretty cool because when we had that red tank, we made probably 10 red raindrops.
That's what I said, that ruby, it's collectible for sure.
Super sweet.
Big nesting bowl.
Big airplane.
The only problem with the big nesting bowl is we ran out of space in the annealer.
Oh, we
it's
got
gotta
enough
be
room for
mid-size.
something sweet.
Mid-size.
A little more air, it'll be bigger. All right.
All right, so
Switch
you're
'em
making
up.
the giveaway,
Okay.
pal. So I'm gonna take the camera, and we're back on, and I'm gonna have an opportunity to use this new sweet functioning system that we got going on. I'll give you a second to think about what,
What
you
is
want
it?
to
What's
think
the
about.
new system?
I'll tell you all about it later.
What?
No worries, just focus
I'm
on
always
your
in the
feet.
dark. That's because I showed up at 5 after 6.
Exactly.
Oh, wait a second.
Uh-oh.
Who saw on the Glass Addicts page, or I don't know if I put it on Glass Academy page, the gnomes that we did from 2018? Did you see those, Jake?
I haven't seen them yet.
Oh.
The OG gnomes.
Oh, yeah, wait until you see them. All right, I'm going in.
All right, folks.
All right. Are you helping me? Nice. Well, I know what I'm making. It's going to be amazing.
Husband-wife deal. Here is our sweet display, folks. This is this beautiful iridescent, lifelike colored jumbo nest bowl that we've got going on. You got chicks, sprouts for your plants. Folks, these are all on the website. This is what we do. If you're new to the show, please shoot us a text. I want to check it out. I want to see who's on the show. I'm going to be working the camera, and I'm going to watch the comments here. We can see YouTube. We can see Facebook. We see all of our paid subscribers out there. You guys are the bomb diggity, and everyone else watching, you're the bomb diggity. And those people that are silent viewers are the bomb diggity. We love you all out there. We love this glass. We love this material. We love what's going on here at the Glass Academy, folks. Dearborn, Michigan.
Well, Michelle and I just collaborated. Oops.
There we are.
Michelle and I just collaborated on this giveaway piece, and it could be a new item. It came together so quickly that I think I saw sparks in between our brains.
Whoa, I saw it over there in the camera. They got a peek of it too.
And I'm making it the 2 tastiest colors out there.
A perk.
Yep. And I know Dawn, she's out there already. I can feel it. She's already like zooming in right now on me thinking about it.
What's happening? Joni from Texas in the house. Mary Lou saw the gnomes on the Facebook
Hey,
page.
yeah, is it Joey Walker's birthday today? I feel like I saw that.
What?
don't
Joey
know.
Walker's birthday?
I didn't know if I saw that. Is that the case?
I think
I don't
so.
know. I bet you some of our glass addicts would know that.
Yeah.
All right, it sounds like it is the case. Happy
What,
birthday
what?
to Joey. I know he popped on a show the other day. Joey's an old assistant of ours, worked at the Glass Academy for quite a few years, an amazing, talented artist.
Blow.
Moved to Texas, where Joni's actually coming from tonight.
Good.
Oh, snap. Sue scored the nest bowl, the Adventurine nest bowl.
What?
Yep.
Already? Blow?
Oh, yeah.
That's going to look great in her place, man. Good.
So we're starting small with this. I didn't hear what they were talking about. I'm going to walk through it with a blind eye here and see. This is
All right,
the
let's
giveaway
do
you're
the
making,
nesting
correct?
action. This one's going to be a purple stem bit. No, we're going to do iris around the outside, just iris.
Is that confirmed? This is the giveaway for someone for free next week?
This is the giveaway, but this is the coolest thing about doing giveaways is that you actually learn and discover new products by doing them, and that's what we're going to do right now. It's gonna be pretty sweet. I didn't even describe to you, Jake, what exactly it was gonna be.
Well, there's something on your shoulder right now. Other shoulder. Can you see that thing?
No. What is it?
I'll show you in the replay. You just sprouted a pirate hat and you had a bird on your shoulder.
I did?
Yeah, I did it. Oh my God, that was good, yeah.
How?
Wait till you see that. That was actually pretty darn good. And if you saw that, folks, let us know in the chat if that actually showed up because the quality was pretty good. Chris, you look pretty good as a pirate.
The other thing that I discovered the other day, I was on a Zoom call, is that you can add things to yourself on a Zoom call, like a mustache, eyebrows. So I was on a Zoom call with Eddie doing our renderings, and I added these giant, big, fluffy brown eyebrows on my face. I didn't say anything to him, and he signed on, and that was it. It was crazy. That's pretty big, but I'll take it. Just get it real hot. I thought we were doing something a little tiny here, and now I got a gathering ball bit here.
Well,
It's all right.
usually, Chris, you're the one to make something wild and crazy for the giveaway. So if Michelle wants to pump it up and give the people what they want,
Yeah,
that's a great thing.
straight up.
Look at this juice. That's that first spiral I was talking about. Here goes the rest of it. You gotta work fast. You gotta get it on there while it's molten. Oh yeah. Look at that motion. The other thing you don't think about is the assistant in this case. Look at how Michelle's holding the pipe with her open hand. She's got to support the weight of the pipe, but also allow Chris to move it in any direction he wants and have full integrity of the way that that is applied to the glass. And that looks like it was the perfect amount.
Guess I only need one bit.
But that's something that, as an
Wow.
assistant, I forget all the time. Chris
Perfect.
does it all the time, where he kind of forgot. The other day, we were putting on a foot over the top, and he was kind of accidentally just pushing forward and didn't even recognize it until I kind of pointed it out to him, and then he loosened up his grip. And you do that over time, and that's the job of the gaffer, is to let the assistant know that your hands are a little heavy. Glad everyone was loving that parrot.
Which I gotta look for it
my
later.
God, just wait till you see that.
Hey, you know what? I forgot to mention, we are starting to book virtual events. Our next event is a private event. If you like this show and you work for a company that needs some filler or something fun for the employees, we've got a virtual event coming up for a company at the end of March.
So how's
And
that
so-
go? It's like a Zoom call with how many employees?
Yeah, it's unlimited. It's on YouTube. We send them a private link. They tell them the time. They go on and they give them the link and they can watch the show.
Cool.
And then we do giveaways in the show.
Yeah, so employees could win the pieces that are on there. All right, I'm gonna take a purple stem. I don't need it to be the size of my arm. Thumb size.
I'm gonna let Michelle gather that up. I'm gonna come over here and show you. I know Chris talked about it briefly, but does anybody collect Crocs out there? And these sweet old vintage, look at the mint condition of this guy with the sweet 2 working handles. That's a 5-gallon. And then we got this awesome 4-gallon one, perfectly with the Red Wing logo on it, because you know how much we love the Red Wings here.
Is
These
it
are
really
old
a Red
school-
Wing logo?
The brand is Red Wing Croc. It's a vintage antique Croc, and it's made by Red Wing Company.
Maybe
and
it's the same one who makes the shoes, Red Wing shoes.
I think it could have some sort of correlation. I'm not 100% sure, and if somebody knows, let us know. But those things are sweet. They weren't cheap. Found
Straight
them on
up.
the marketplace. Found them used. So it was someone's grandma. He was selling them. Really cool guy that I spoke with. It's a lot of organization in his garage. I love to see it. Hope my garage looks like that in the future. Here goes some sort of application onto the bottom there. Let's see what happens here. A little crease line, he's squishing it up against the body. This could become some sort of goblet, perhaps some sort of something or other. Look at those tools looking all aesthetic in the background.
The larger print has a nice reduction.
It does, it does.
Yeah, for sure.
torching that bottom sphere there.
So the core of everything on this beautiful nest little compote is that the core is going to be the perps, and then we're going to bring out that perps in the reduction. Shell, will you give me a paddle?
Carry. Holla.
Okay, paddle lightly, straight on flat. Yep, keep going.
Ukrainian slug is a very interesting idea, folks.
Okay, off. All right, I'm going to take a bit now.
Show here soon.
Point it just like the one you did, but a third of the size, even smaller, tiny lip wrap.
All right, we got some awesome information coming here from Becky. The Red Wing Croc Company is no longer making Crocs. Call that a valuable croc back there, folks.
Nice.
Both the Croc Company and the shoe company originated in Red Wing, Minnesota. You hear that, Chris?
What is it?
Red Wing, Minnesota.
Really?
They're companies that originated from Red Wing. They named themselves Red
Gold.
Wing. And that's pretty darn cool.
One coat will be good, Marva, to a nice point.
Folks, you may just see a big toe made out of glass someday. I won't be a part of that piece. I'll be on the camera. Hope everybody's feeling great today. I saw Chris turn down the temperature of the hole. Was that because it was iridizing on here already?
It was a little gassy. I didn't want to burn out the gold. You just heat the tip of it now. Yep.
Michelle's got another. Is that same gold, iris gold? All right.
Alrighty.
I'd like to put a big shouts out to tech support out here, both Gabby and Sam, for putting together the show tonight. We've got new tech going on here. And if you all like what you're seeing here tonight tech-wise, if you like that parrot, that's a shouts out to Sam for putting in research into what she can do to improve this show. And that is pretty darn cool. Look at that move. Are you serious?
One more half that size.
Wow. So we just put a gold spiral down that perp trail.
Well, I'm nesting it up so the whole thing's going to be like a nest foot on this glass.
Thanks, Julie. Amazing to see you, Julie. I hope you're doing great. Amazing boot company in Australia called Red Wings. I love Red Wings boots, and they've got outlets. I thought that was an American company. Is that the same company? Is that Australian?
I don't know. I know there's a Red Wing shoe company that does steel-toe boots here in the United States.
Yeah, I almost bought that pair. I went Carhartt instead, but I definitely saw quite a few sweet Red Wing boots, and if that is an Australian company, that's pretty sweet. Got a lot of love coming in for tech support. We got Bill wondering if it's going to be a Nest goblet.
Yes, look at it. A little Nest chalice that the birds got crazy.
That looks like a Ren Fair total springtime special. Oh, that's sweet, Becky. That's awesome. Toured the company, saw how that crock was actually made. Crocs were for fermenting, weren't they?
Yeah.
Kind of Crocs back in the day.
Natural bacteria that we all need to digest our food.
The natural bacteria, that's right.
Every civilization, every culture has some fermented food. You need that if you eat meat, you want to get fermented food. Sauerkraut, kombucha, yogurts.
And Mom, at what level of the Merck scale does the water become fermented here at the glass shop? 1 to 10.
You'd have to ask the hot shop tech that. I can't answer that question.
All right,
On
it was
here?
a pointed question. I'll answer it, folks. At Merck scale 7, you get fermentation in your box, in your Merck water, and that's very healthy for your gut. And you know, you saw Chris actually drink this water maybe 4 or 5 shows ago. That was for his health purposes.
Did I?
Yeah, I think you did drink it right out of the block.
Out of the wood block. That was more than 5 shows ago. It was like 50 shows
Level
ago.
1. Yeah, I don't know. Weeks are flying by.
That was back when we were in COVID craziness. I
Whoa.
was delirious.
Okay, so we started doing our marketing, calling it by the weeks. And so we're in week 10 of the year. if anyone's interested.
Week 10?
Yes. This
Okay.
is helping me like
All right, I'll take a
map
punty.
out my year.
Man, that is sweet looking. Wow. Totally different style. It's super cool to switch it up like that.
Very organic. It's like you found it in the forest, in the elfin little doorway underneath the roots. Something
Whoa.
like that.
Whoa. Tanya, I'll get on a horse. I'll give it a shot. I rode a horse back when I was like 1 year old, and that was the last time I did it.
Just bucked him right off. He laid on his head, folks. And that's how he ended up the way he is.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Sharon, the most excellent Chris Nordine. Kimchi style, that's right. I'm a fiend for kimchi. I love kimchi. Just had some amazing American Asian food.
So that's a good
For
question.
lunch.
What's your favorite fermented food?
Ooh. Linda Broca, hope you're doing amazing over there. I saw that you got a little spooked thinking that you had won the giveaway there for a minute. But it was, in fact, a different Linda. Watching over on YouTube. Oh, yeah. Sauerkraut and kimchi, baby.
But there's
Oh.
yogurt. How about Rejuvelac? Has anyone had Rejuvelac?
Gads.
Who knows what Rejuvelac
That's all I got to
is?
say about Rejuvelac.
That's
I
the
don't know
best
what that
vitamins
is.
ever.
Let's get this thing to focus on it. Could you tap on that on the screen, Mom, since my hand is gone? Yeah. Let's see. Kind of hard with this thinness of piece. It's not showing up. There you go. You see that sparkle? Oh, baby.
Jeez.
Sorry.
Scaring me.
Wasn't me. It's bringing out the puffer, folks. Watch him puff it.
What I'm thinking about, the people who win these, how many of you have won a prize from the Glass Academy by playing our contest? And then if you win this, the coolest thing is that you can go tell your friends, hey, it was show number 153. You want to see this
Totally.
piece
Yeah.
I'm drinking out of
Totally.
made?
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And it'll be signed.
And it'll be signed. Forever immortalized on the pages of Facebook and YouTube.
Immortalized.
Do. But that's kind of cool. So like this particular event we have upcoming, she has a wine business. So we're going to be talking about different wine styles and making those cups that relate to her customers. And then anything we make on the show, her customers will win.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Okay, off.
Going for a paddle here. Come on back, gimbal. Wow.
We'll stamp the bottom. This thing's looking pretty cool, and it's going to be pretty tasty, whatever natural thing is going to be coming out of that. Look at that thing.
I could definitely see some sort of grape juice in there. That looks like something that could have been from Game of Thrones. Even more so, maybe something like Lord of the Rings style. I could see, maybe that's not quite fancy enough for like an elf, but I could totally
Ooh.
see. Oh, now we got the bling. No, it totally
How about
could
like
be.
doesn't it like at church? I mean, if I had a super progressive church, that'd be pretty cool.
Interesting. We have made quite a few chalices for churches before. Custom chalices, pretty darn sweet. Here comes a knockoff.
That's a nice little crazy looking giveaway.
Nice, beautiful break.
Someone brought a good punny.
Shell's ready with the torch.
Good.
Nope, nope.
So
There we
they're
go.
both doing the torch. Shell's going for the claw. She might want to grab the grandma grabbers, all right. Chris is doing the old GA stamper.
I'll do it with the granny grabbers. I got it, Shell.
You just told me to get these.
Turns it sideways. He's gonna get underneath it a little bit. There we go. Final moments, get it away. We never applaud at the Renaissance until it's in the box.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That thing is sweet looking.
Super cool.
That's going to have to be a Ren product.
Yeah, I'm
The
digging that.
Birdman's Cup.
Birdman's Cup.
super cool.
Beautiful. Well, let's take it over here. Let's take a look at the colors. We've got our beautiful selection here tonight. We had many colors up. There's that adventuring green looking dark, but here's the golds that we used on most every single piece tonight. We actually ordered those up from a different company than the spot that we get the rest of our color from, because they are special and we know what kind we like. There's our show. There's our board for the day, folks. The Gathering Point. That's us, show 153. Got our featured products over here for tonight. There's Michelle with the giveaway question.
Last
You know where to
chance.
send that? enews@glassacademy.com. If you email us the answer to the giveaway question, we will enter you into the
What was
giveaway
that?
for next week, folks. We'll do one
Oh,
more pan
are they
over
rolling
of our
now?
sweet straws. This one's got a butterfly. They actually both have butterflies on them. Kind of difficult to see with this tiny scale here with the camera. There's our nest bowls. Michelle didn't finish any of Carl's nuts yet, but those are still available. We got our Sprouts, Raindrops, Jumbo Bowl, and the Chicks, folks. A Glass Academy staple. Everything's looking amazing.
Remember, we got credits for one of our VIP.
We're gonna have the credits. They're rolling right now over the screen, folks. Amazing shout out to all of our members out there. Chris, what do you say? We appreciate all your support out there.
Yeah, I
Everything's
love it.
amazing.
Bill Lutz was saying he was going to go to the Bay Area Renaissance Fair and see the Rat Man.
Nice.
So
I talked to him about that on the phone.
Tell him we
yeah.
said hello, miss him, and hope he's doing good. Tell him I can't wait to play golf with him this year.
He's right there.
Nice.
Oh, the Rat Man.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Well, have an amazing night, folks. Shouts out to everyone supporting what we're doing out here. I hope you can see me all right in this picture right now. I have no idea. I'm just guessing, doing the selfie move. You can't see me? Oh.
Now we can.
Well, whatever it is, folks. We're going to have a relaxing evening. I'm going to boxing class after this. I'm going to sleep like a champ, and I hope you all sleep amazing, too. If you're an Australian, the time's totally different than whatever time it is probably the perfect time.
So wait.
So we will see you all on Thursday for the Anila reveal. Have an amazing week. We look forward to showing you that adventuring green and everything else, and we will see you in a couple days.
All right.